Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be reacting to the first 4 openings from the anime series Jujutsu Kaisen, which when I first read it I thought it said Jujutsu Kaisen, which would have been like Jujutsu, a martial art, but no, it's Jujutsu. And for me, I don't really watch all that much anime. You guys may or may not be aware of that, but I do love the anime openings, endings, original soundtracks that I've been exposed to thus far. They are of a wide variety, different genres, styles, vocal deliveries. I mean, so many unique melodic influences, rhythmic influences. I could just go on and on about how cool these openings are. So I'm excited to check these out today. And before we jump in, a big thank you to Amy, whose generous support made this reaction possible. And she dedicates this reaction to Corbin. All right, so before jumping in, this is all of the background knowledge that I have about this anime. That we have Jujutsu sorcerers, not Jujitsu, Jujutsu sorcerers who are working together to try to eliminate a powerful curse called Ryomen Sukuna. So I don't know if that refers to a name of an individual or just an overall name for a curse in general, but yeah, that's my background knowledge. I'm excited to check these out, so we'll jump into the first opening here, Kaikai Kitan by Eve. Let's go. And we're going to rate all of these. Oh wow, crazy creature. Ooh. Whoa. Okay. Well, there you have it. That was Kaikai Kitan by Eve. Yeah, you can read my notes here. I'll try to be brief about everything. I like that song, though. It's very pleasant. There was no moment that individually blew me away. I think overall it was just like a very good song. Where do I rate it? Probably 7.8, something like that. I'll give a range for my first rating here just so I can give myself plausible deniability later when I want to change things around and I have more I have more feedback about what Jujutsu Kaisen is all about. But yeah, 7.5 to 7.8 out of 10. We'll see how that transforms. I love in the music videos, by the way, when there's these cherry blossoms. That's just like now coming to my realization, like one of my favorite types of trees and flowers ever. It's like up there with roses for me, which I realize are very basic choices for like what your favorite flowers are, but I like what I like, okay? Yeah, that definitely deserves a 7. I think what would push it into an 8 would be a bit of a heavier bass line and maybe even a punchier drum presence on the track, even maybe more fills, even a takeover would be nice. But yeah, I think a solid 7 rating is decent here, so we'll give it this range. Let's check out the second one, shall we? Vivid Vice by Huya. Wow, with the like reserved starts. Huh. Oh. I love that melody. Oof, okay. Rather short. You know, I always forget that these like openings and endings are rather short, maybe a minute, minute and a half at the most. So you have to really, as a producer, jam-pack so much of the feel of the show, the various elements of the song into a short amount of time. So all of my ratings, they take that into consideration. You know, whatever can be done within a minute and a half, and all of my wishes and dreams usually can be fulfilled when the song is a bit longer, call it 3 to 4 minutes at least. But what I'm noticing so far is that these choruses are mighty solid, and the way they end in particular, I don't know, they end on really like beautiful melodic high notes in my mind. Not that the pitches are high necessarily, but the minor melody is something that I just absolutely fall in love with. So anytime I hear minor melodies and outroing in these choruses, it feels really nice. Da, 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 like ending on the root 1 of the minor scale. It adds a lot of flavor to it. I do think this one took the cake for me in comparison to the first opening there. But I think they're roughly speaking in the same ballpark. So honestly, I would give this a 7.8 to like 8.1 rating out of 10. I do think it is strictly better than the first one, but they are in the same like realm of how good they are. So also something to note, across these two openings thus far, they really love that like quieted, almost muted introduction section. I've noticed it now where the vocals will kick in, but it feels almost like a distant vocal track in the radio, or somebody has like put a pillow over their voice and they're still singing and it sounds nice, but it's very quiet. And with the second opening in mind, that transitioned into like what appeared to be a half chorus, but the dynamics wouldn't project the feeling of a true chorus, and then we actually returned to a more melodic verse. So I guess the introduction section kind of confused me a bit dynamically, but I still do think it deserves the 0.3 flat higher rating. Whatever we decide number 1 to be here, we'll just add a 0.3 to number 2. All right, now let's check out the third opening, shall we? This one is called Where the Blues Is by Tatsuya. By the way, if y'all are enjoying the reaction and would like to request one yourself, hit the link in the description box below. That's the best way to support my channel. All right, time to check this one out. Ooh, oh yeah, already. どこまでも続くような青の季節は4つ並ぶまだこの前を遮るものは何もないアスファルトセミしぐれを反射して君という沈黙が聞こえなくなるこの日々が色あせる僕と違う君の匂いを知ってしまっても置き忘れてきた永遠のそこに今でも青が澄んでいる今でも青は澄んでいるどんな祈りも言葉も近づけるのに届かなかったまるで静かな恋のような頬を伝った夏のような色の中君用の言葉がずっと喉の奥に使えてる Oh yeah, that one is easily the best one I've heard so far out of the three now. My decision is it in the eights or is it in the nines? Um, let's think. It's definitely high eights if we're in the eights. I would say it's probably like a solid 8.8 for me out of 10. The reason I don't put it in the nines is because I feel like there's still more that could have been added in terms of vocal dynamics. You know, a bit more screaming or grit or uh, quiet dynamics. I don't know. There's a version of this song that I can envision that would really send me over the edge into the nines. But either way, totally the best one out of those three thus far. Love the bass, love the chorus, beautiful transitions as well between these unique sections there. And something that definitely deserves a verbal mention is the rhythm of the lyrical delivery. Because you can say the same thing. You can sing about, I'm so sad. And then you could also do, I'm so sad. Or like do a bunch of different either rhythmic changes, melodic modifications. But when you break up the words or the syllables rather in these atypical ways and it works with the actual drum rhythm, it creates this really unique, almost like vibratory experience where you're bouncing between the rhythm produced by the actual percussion and in the vocals. But remember, the vocals aren't just percussion and beats, they're also pitch and melody. So it's not a one-to-one with percussion, it can never be, but I just love the unique rhythms sung there by Tatsuya. Yeah, so this is getting an 8.8 for me, which now if I go back, how far below is this? I think then this is solidly in the 8.1 based on that for some reason, and that gives the first one a 7.8. But we still have one last opening to check out here, Specialz by King Gnu. GNU. Something. Let's take a listen. You are my special. You are my special. You are my special. Now I'm your track, I'll do my show. 今日のキラキラで抱きましょう行儀の悪い面も見せて I love you baby 歌い続けましょうどんな試練も飲もうどんな予想も飲もう心も選ぶ一挙手へと走走り出したらアンコントロール You are my special シャカちゃんにしてくれないか餌を存分に食らい尽くして一生 make you cry you're out ever 甘いがそれほど You are my special やんだ回る世界 No 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 そう石にはならないで一生 make you cry you're out ever どれがどうようと You are my special We're special Wow. Again, I want to mention here the bass in this track was so unique and it keeps feeling like you're pulling the bass melody apart, just stretching it. Vroom, vroom. Those kind of like, what would you call it? Like subwoofer sounds, where you have this massive amount of bass that's being injected, but not only injected in a flat sense, but being played with like Play-Doh. I definitely think with how cool that melody was and like how ominous the overall vibe of this song is, it could have easily been like implanted in one of those like horror, like kind of like shoddy horror movies or like an interesting alien sci-fi movie. I could just absolutely see it for some reason. For me, the question is, where in the eights do we put it? I think the immediate rating is that it is slightly better than the second opening, Vivid Vice. I'd probably put it between the range of like 8.2 to 8.4, 8.5. I will say probably it can't be an 8.5, so I'm going to just give it the midpoint there, 8.3 out of 10. And let me think now, what could have brought this up from an 8.3 to a 10? Maybe electric guitar? Maybe. It would have to be tactfully used. I don't think you can just add an electric guitar and the song magically becomes a lot better. The way to employ it would matter a lot. I think what would have been nice is to hear even more unique melodic and chord voicings with the other instrumentation. Because even though these like vocal melodies were rather unique and really lended themselves to like a Halloween sci-fi, just ominous vibe, they're still, once you kind of get them, they're rather intuitive and obvious. At least for me as like a frequent music listener, I kind of easily pick it up and can run with it. What I would like is for there to be more unique chord voicings, or, you know, adding 13ths or 11ths or just these augmented shapes that really flush out the sound. It kind of feels like this song was like, I don't know, if you imagine like when you're making cookies and you have like a sheet of dough and then you put them, what's it called? The thing that like makes the star shape, the cutter, right? If you put the cutter and then make the piece, it feels like this song is a cut, is the cookie that got cut from the dough, but I want the whole dough. Does that make sense? It's like somebody prepared like, I don't know, halibut stew or whatever, and I just wanted the whole meal. I didn't want the stew part. They made the stew because it was like the remaining bits of all the pieces of halibut that nobody else wanted. What is that quote from the movie The Big Short from Anthony Bourdain? Something about halibut. We don't want 3-day-old halibut. We want the fresh, real deal. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope y'all enjoyed the reaction. I'll see you in the next one. Hey friends, I hope you all enjoyed the reaction today. And if you'd like me to react to one of your favorite songs, you can hit the link in the description box down below. It is the best way to support my channel. But in any case, your support, your kindness, your comments, your likes, they mean the world to me, and I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and peace.